Guys, I want to play a game real quick. And the game is this. Can you guys guess what's underneath this tarp? Here's options. A blender. B, a television. C, a 1,500 horsepower blown LS that we're gonna put in that Jeep just because we wanna do burnouts. Is everybody locked in their answers? Oh no! It's a 1,500 horsepower LS that we're gonna have to put in that Jeep to do burnouts. I was really hoping it was gonna be a blender. All jokes aside, what we're doing today is we are building a blown LS Jeep burnout car. What I have right here is a 2012 Jeep Wrangler. This is the finest Jeep Wrangler I found at the auction about 2 years ago. Now, in case you're wondering how the motor looks, ta-da! No motor. But what we do have is this blown LS over here that is just ready to go in this Jeep. This thing is built, ready to rock and roll. All we gotta do now is get this motor into the Jeep and go do burnouts. And also, to do this, I've brought an Australian all the way from Australia to help us. In one video, we're gonna build this car from a roller with no engine in it into a working, doing burnout, big smoky machine. Guys, I've actually thought about doing this for a long time and I've wanted to do this for a long time, but we build burnout cars that kind of work and kind of don't work. But I figured we might as well bring somebody from Australia that really knows what they're doing about putting together cars and putting together stuff that actually works with doing burnouts time after time after time after time again. Dale's built a bunch of these cars in Australia, so he can help us put together this Jeep and make sure that it, 1, rips, 2, keeps ripping, and 3, does a badass burnouts. Now, it might seem like we're just getting started on this Jeep, but Dale and everyone in the shop have actually been working on this thing for a week. We knew we had a motor ready for the Jeep, but we had to get a Jeep ready for the motor. Now, if you were an LS motor, would you feel at home in there?
Yeah.
Make LS noises? That is a pretty genuine LS noise. So we started by getting rid of all the old Jeep parts we didn't need and got everything out of the way so we could slide in the new motor. But before we did that, we mocked up a spare motor just to make sure everything would fit.
Me and Weston have been away for a couple of days filming. You come back 2 days later and Dale and Wade have just made it into nearly a burnout beast.
And while they were at it, they went ahead and cleaned up the engine bay, painted it black, and even installed a couple parts that we're gonna need later for the real engine. So now with the Jeep officially ready for its new motor, the mock engine came out and we were ready to install the new one. And guys, just take in mind, all this happens because we have an awesome team around us of awesome people that really put in the effort to try to make these videos for you guys. So we got Chud working, we got Wade working, we got Weston looking. I'm supervising. See, this is a real precise way to make sure your swing doesn't go anywhere. The motor's on a stand, the blower's over there on the ground. I'm gonna hit this timer and see how long it takes for us to have it from this point with no motor in it to running. Starting now. You getting a wrench to tighten this? Yep. Would you get me a Slim Jim too? Gotta have my priorities straight in here.
Not yet. Come in more white. That's good.
So we got the engine set in there. We went ahead and put the headers and the starter and the trans all there so it's sitting in the right spot. Now it's time to put the intake manifold and the blower and the hat, all that good stuff on there. Then just hook all the hoses up from there and it should be that easy.
God damn, son! The timer is still going. We're at 2 hours, 34 minutes. And this is what's going on in this bad girl.
We're gonna put it on the dyno next, but before we do that, we need to weld this rear diff. This is what they call an open differential. What that is it does the one-wheel burnout, so that's not a good thing for us. You can see how they spin the reverse rotations, this one and that one.
Yeah.
But they spin together like that. So if you weld all of those together, you got yourself a locker. We just gotta weld this diff up, make it a locker, and then we'll throw it on the dyno. Dale can keep tuning on it, make sure it's running good, and then we'll go blow some tires off. Dale suggested welding these axle tubes too. So what we'll do is we'll weld the axle tube into the third member, then it'll keep the whole diff from breaking in half, hopefully.
I'll tell you what, Dale is a machine. Absolute machine. Because the thing is, this went from a Jeep that had no motor in it to a running, blown LS Jeep in basically a week. And who knows, it might not even break down after we do burnouts. Don't want to promise nothing, just saying, it might not. I didn't really care for this Jeep too much before. And the more that I look at it now, the more I fucking love this thing. Fire in the hole. Getting ready to drive the Jeep down to the dyno and put it on the dyno and see what kind of power she makes. Oh, dude. Dude, it's bad to the bone. God dang, dude. Sounds so fucking good. Guys, I want to share with you what true beauty looks like. And it might not be what you guys are expecting, but trust me, it's amazing. Are you ready? Ta-da! A big old shrink wrap pallet of wheels. It's so damn beautiful, it brings a tear to my eye. Hey guys, the best part is you and your car can know true beauty too, thanks to today's sponsor, Fitment Industries. Fitment Industries has a huge gallery of cars so you can see what other people have done to get an idea of what kind of style you want. And once you find wheels you like, Fitment Industries will tell you exactly what wheels are on that car, what suspension it has, and what size the tires and wheels are. That way you can say, dang, that looks good. I want that. Click a button and boom, they show up to your door. So guys, what I'm trying to say is once you find the style you like, you can order wheels or you can order a wheel and tire combo like we did here, and they'll show up mounted and balanced on a pallet ready to rock and roll. So that means you never go to the tire shop, you just bolt them onto your rig and go. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to mention, they sell more than just wheels. They sell race seats, steering wheels, suspension parts, all kinds of stuff. So like I said, go check out Fitment Industries. Thank you for sponsoring the channel, Fitment Industries. Thank you for sponsoring this video. Let's get back to it. So in case you're wondering what Wade's doing under here, he's currently ratchet strapping down the motor and the front suspension, because if you've seen, whenever he got on it, the whole motor rocked over because it ripped itself out of the motor mount. God damn, he got on it, and for one, the motor came out of the motor mount, and for two, the TPS sensor fell off. It's a rowdy machine. I feel it in my feet whenever it's just like, whenever it gets on it, I'm like, oh God, it's making an earthquake. The Richter scale's pissed off wherever it's at. So now that Dale got the Jeep running decent, we decided while he's here, we had one more mission for him. There's been one thing that I've wanted for a very long time, and that is our 1968 Dodge Charger named Tater here to run. This thing has a Hellcat motor in it that we put in it, and a big blower on it. And last time you guys seen this bad boy, it proceeded to backfire so bad that it blew the blower off the top of the engine and cracked the intake. Well, what we figured out is the tune wasn't very good. But Dale is here from Australia. He knows about tuning blower cars. He's never been around a Gen 3 Hemi, but I want to tell you something. This bad girl is running. Not only does it run, it runs really freaking well. So Dale's grabbing something real quick, and we're gonna go throw this thing on the Dynocom dyno. Edit that out. I don't want people to think Tater's a piece of junk. There it goes. Anyway, like I was saying, we're gonna go throw this bad girl on the dyno. Oh my God. It's the most iconic moment I think we've ever filmed. So guys, right there is the old dynograph for Tater. 215 horsepower at 4,300 RPM and 284 foot-pounds of torque. We'll see if you can beat it. Okay. Sounds good. She's blowing some flames out the bottom. You sure that's not an injector sticking open or something? Grab a 10 mil and a ratchet. We need to pull all the coils and the plug, so we need a plug socket too. I think one of the injectors is stuck wide open because whenever he cranks it, it goes like it's getting caught on some fuel. How's that one look?
Oh, pretty good.
Found it.
Found the issue. You want to crank it over, see if we blow fuel out that one? Would you like me to explain to you what's going on, or would you just like me to say it's broken? There's a bunch of stuff bound down to that injector, and either it clogged up or stuck wide open.
They're all full. You hear that?
What was it? Rod bearing spinning out of it?
Don't say that.
I don't know if it's evident from the fact that Dale's currently holding the oil filter in his hand, but it was running and it sounds really good on the exhaust side, but as you start to kind of listen to it, you could hear a little bit of a squeak in it, and then when you shut it off, you could really hear it go, eh. Normally, if you're lucky, that's a belt, but all the belts are fine. It sounded a lot like a bottom end bearing squeak. We're gonna cut open the oil filter and it's gonna tell us if we hurt the motor or not. If there's a lot of metal in that oil filter, we heard it. Oh, there's some stuff. I seen a chunk in that one. Cut the oil filter open and we've seen a little bit of stuff, not much. And there's a chance that maybe we caught it before it really hurt too much. So we're pulling the oil pan off Tater right now. And all we gotta do is finish dropping this tie rod and then the pan will come right out. Ooh, there she goes. Ooh, dude. Oh my God, that's all bearing material. I wonder if the way that flows, it doesn't actually filter the oil, because it blocks off the oil filter and goes through the cooler lines, where the cooler lines go. I had Wade put a oil filter relocation kit on this, and the thing is they don't ever really do oil filter relocation kits on Hemis. There's not a whole lot known about them. He ordered this kit online, which blocks off the oil filter, and then you run the filter relocation through the oil cooler lines, and I about bet it doesn't filter the oil because the pan is absolutely full of bearing material, and the filter barely had anything in it. I think it spun a couple rod bearings. Yep. As soon as I heard that squeak, I'm like, sounds like a bearing went out of the bottom. That's the first thing I said. This right here is what a good bearing's supposed to look like. We just pulled this out of the back of the motor. Nice, smooth, run my finger over it, feels good. This is the bearing on the front. Can you tell the difference?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, literally, if we'd have done another pull on the dyno, the crank would have been ruined. But as sad as it is that Tater's engine is toast, at least we had this to look forward to.
Give it to me.
And guys, just like that, the burnout Jeep is officially done. And let me tell you, this bad girl rips. When it was on the dyno, right? We didn't end up running a power run on it because we got excited, wanted to get it off before it got too late. But Dale thinks with the boost number and with the fuel number that it's making, it's probably making somewhere around 1,300 horsepower to the tire, probably 1,600 horsepower at the crank. Guys, just to give you a little walk around of exactly what we did here and what's built and what's going on with this Jeep. This Jeep has, let me pop up what's left of the hood. So this Jeep has a fully built LS motor in it, right? We've got a crank support on it. We got a big pulley on it. We've got an 871 BDS blower. We've got a Holley EFI Dominator running 16 fuel injectors on this bad girl. Methanol fuel, 24 pounds of boost, turbo 400 transmission. When I say everything about this Jeep is built for burnouts, everything about this Jeep is built for burnouts. They built a bigger coolant tank, that way it holds more water. They built a bigger transmission cooler, that way the transmission stays cool. We got a clear view so we can check on the engine and make sure the engine's rocking and rolling good. This thing is ready to rock and roll and burn tires down. But before we do burnouts with it, are you hungry? I think we ought to drive this thing downtown and go get some food. You know, the thing is, right? After we got done dynoing the Jeep, the local police department stopped by and they said, hey, what was that noise? We got like 4 noise complaints. I'm like, really, did you? And we were inside the building dynoing it. But don't worry, it's pretty quiet. Okay, power on, fuel primed. There we go, and can barely hear it. Can you hear anything? What? Yeah. Yeah, let's go. It's so loud, I'm gonna put in my AirPods to check my hearing. Guys, all jokes aside, this is the loudest vehicle I've ever been in. Somehow it's louder than Kyle's truck. It's a bit touchy on the throttle. This thing is wild. This thing is so wild. God damn, son! How is this so loud? It's so loud! Nice little daily cruiser! It's a daily cruiser! Hold on! I gotta talk in between the noise! Hit! Drive! Good! What do you think? Taco Bell? Taco Bell sounds good. Taco Bell sounds good. I'm trying to just let it idle because I don't want to make a lot of noise in the middle of town.
I was hoping you'd turn it off.
Yeah, sorry about that. It's a bit loud.
Man, I did not know 4 cylinders could be that loud.
This one has got a bit of a different air intake on it, and it's a bit loud.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I saw that. It's kind of poking out of the hood a little bit.
Yeah, the 3.6 liter Pentastar in there is ferocious.
What can I get started for you with?
Why does everybody know my first name? I can't go anywhere anymore. God, I am all over the thing. One second.
It's kind of quiet.
Yeah. So what'd you think of it? You like her?
Yeah. What is it? Is it just a supercharger on top of a...
No, it's built LS with an 871 supercharger on it. Makes like, probably to crank, it makes like 1,600 horse.
1,600?
Yeah,
so it's
that's
definitely
it.
not a Luxifer.
It's exactly the same deal.
It is.
It's basically the same setup as Luxifer. He's got a bigger supercharger, but we're running about the same amount of boost. Can we do a burnout here?
Like right here or over in the pad? Right here.
Over there.
I don't see why not.
All right, we'll give it a little rip. See what she does. Fire in the hole. We'll just do a little one, okay?
Okay, just
Just a little one. Oops, my foot slipped.
I think you're gonna need a lot more gas to drive this thing around if it's gonna be a new daily driver.
You know, we went through 55 gallons in basically driving it to the dyno and putting it on the dyno.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Dude, this is almost as expensive to run as an M1 Abrams.
I know. Ignition, fuel, start. They said I could. I'm actually curious, how much fuel you think we went through? Oh, dude. It has nothing in it. It has this much in the bottom. So it gets 15 divided.
miles. So it's about 2 gallons a mile.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's about right. So guys, we're gonna put some more fuel in it because for some reason after 8 miles, it's burned through 15 gallons of fuel. And we're gonna put some different tires on the back and then we're gonna take and see how she does at doing burnouts. Now I know we just did a burnout at Taco Bell, but that was like 10% throttle. So now it's time to give it 100% and see if there's anything we need to fix so it doesn't blow up. This is the moment we've all been waiting for with the Jeep because this is the first moment we're going to do a burnout with this Jeep. This is it. They're moving a car off the pad real quick. We're gonna fire this thing up and see if we can roll it over. Aren't you excited?
Yeah, extremely excited. This is like my favorite thing to do.
Roll cars over?
No, just burnouts. And Weston's the best driver I've ever met in America, so I hope he does well. He will do well because I've.
Who's better in Australia?
Than you? Like 30 people, probably.
What?
50 people. Start in second, get it up, and then go to third, and then just see how it goes. Don't go too fast. It wasn't oil pressure and it wasn't coolant temp. I didn't see the fuel pressure. It sounded like a safety. It was like 6 grand.
I got on the first time, like, there's no way that's limiter. That wasn't nearly enough.
Well, we're just ironing out the gremlins, which is a major part of building America's best burnout car.
And since the Jeep seemed like it wasn't getting 100% power, Dale took out the laptop to see if he could find out why. And it turns out the first burnout was only on 7 cylinders because the Jeep vibrated one of the spark plug wires loose. But with the wire plugged back in, we were ready to do our first real burnout. Ready? Hey Dale, I'll tell you, pretty good. Very happy with that. That does pretty good burnouts. So for our first burnout, that was great, but we could tell that it still wasn't 100% dialed in yet. So the next day, we did a little more testing. Ready?
Before you go, put it into neutral, give it a couple revs, clear it out, and then go.
One more time. What is that? I wonder if it broke the weld in their diff. is that?
It's going one wheel.
Yeah.
I think we broke the diff.
Is the diff broke? The whole way it upset? You want to try it?
I'll do it.
It's like the diff broke. Because we were going in, getting ready to turn around, and then the driver's side tire stopped spinning. You know, the first time I skidded it, the first tip in, it only went to 5,200.
Well, then after that, it cleaned up.
Yeah, after that, it's fine. Slight problems, no big deal. For some reason, only wrapped to 5,200 RPM. But 5,200 RPM is still ripping in this thing. But Redline's 7,500.
And this is where Dale figured out that the crank sensor went out, which just goes to show that when it comes to building cars, it just takes time. We started this off with a fully prepped Jeep and a motor ready to go, all to be held up by one part. But on the bright side,
well, I mean, I'll tell you what, it still rips. You know, if the worst we have is we can only do 5,500 RPM burnouts, I'm sure we could still beat about 99% of the people in Jeeps. Well, guys, we got to order one more part for the Jeep, but we've blown multiple sets of tires off in this thing. We were just testing her out, making sure she was really good before Dale goes back to Australia. And you know what? She is sending. So, guys, thank you for watching the video. If you want to hit that subscribe button, gladly do so. We're trying to hit 7 million subs this year, and we will see you guys next week. Oh, and by the way, something big, something huge, right? This is going to be the 10th upload we've done in a row, every week. And the last time we've had this consistency was 4 years ago. You guys have been asking for more videos, and we've been busting our ass and making them. So, if you like the videos, hit that subscribe button. We'll see y'all next week.